Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mansillon. I wanted to come and wish you a wonderful day. We have to get ready. We're completing a third dimensional contract, and we're getting ready for this fifth dimensional contract, the life in the joy and happiness and grace and ease and flow. So it is very much those three waves of ascension we've been hearing about are coming. They're waves of ascension from the fourth dimension into the fifth dimension. In truth, many people like us are already been anchored in the fourth dimension for a very long time. This compassion, this love, this understanding that there is more to life than the matrix reality. So we're all in the fourth dimension already. For some people are already in the third. And a few of them we are touching upon many other dimensions through our consciousness, but but there's going to be an acceleration that's going to be happening. There's a lot of solar activity, and the solar activities are accelerating that. So we're getting many solar events, small solar events, to accelerate our frequency. But at some point we're going to have a big one, and this big first wave that is coming all of a sudden, from one day to the next, or it can come progressively, but from one day to the next, all of a sudden, we're going to see the light a lot brighter. We're going to connect to beauties in nature, energies in nature. We're going to have access to so much more information. All kinds of things are preparing itself for that ascension. We need to maintain that alpha state of consciousness where the mental and the intuitive and the logical brain are fully aligned, fully fused, work together, balanced out, where the mental and the emotional are in the conscious state of being, to let ourselves be guided by our intuition rather than the ego desire body. And there is a cellular regeneration that is going on. For me, I have to accept a rapid healing that is rapid, complete, and permanent of all my bodies, my physical, mental, emotional, and astral spiritual. And so this is really what is in the works. Originally, there was prepared, this first wave of ascension was prepared for like 10, 20, 30 people. But there are hundreds of people that have been anchored enough in the fourth dimension that will be elevated in the fifth, in the first wave. And as this happens, it's going to anchor so much light into the frequency of the earth that the second wave will be followed rapidly after, where millions of people will be able to participate. So whether we're ready for the first or second wave doesn't matter. They will be really short in coming, and then this will anchor energy that will shift the third dimensional billions of people from the third into the fourth dimension, and the third wave will activate billions of people to ascend. And so we need to reconnect to the source within, to the council of light, to all the beauty and truth of the universe, and that completely cancels out all of the lower matrix, the shadow matrix that was created long ago by the Anunnakis. For a very long time, this planet has been the ground for fighting the extraterrestrial that were fighting for domination here, and all the history will be returned, the memory, and but extraterrestrial have been coming and going to the earth since even before mankind ever existed. So it's like, but all the negative forces, even the deep states, they will be removed as we move into those ascension plane. They've been instructed by negative extraterrestrials, and they only know to degrade, to destroy, to control. They don't know anything else. So it should be obvious. It is their consciousness. They're using fear to control, to keep the energy low, but the higher power has been getting involved because the Supreme Creator has decided that it was time for a change, and those plans of control and domination and pollution and poverty was never approved by Father Mother God or the Supreme Creator. So it's like now it's time for removal. So it is also important to forgive completely anybody that has hurted you. It's a work that has to be done. If you can forgive somebody who has hurted you, you erase the karma, and as you erase the karma, you create a liberation in the universe. That doesn't mean that the soul won't want to balance out its energies, because there is no escape from the consequences of our action, but it's an act of mercy. It is very powerful, and that also allows, because if we're holding on to something that say we want to see somebody punished for some wrong deed, that kind of forces us a replay of the situation in a future incarnation where the roles are reversed until one person stops the process of the cycle. So it is important to continue to work on that. it's very much about self-liberation, because the galactic, the celestial, we want to call on them for the general plan of creation for the or the world. We want to authorize, give our consentment and permission for the archangel, for the angel, for the ascended masters and the galactic to come closer to assist us in this whole great cleansing process. So I hope I have your consent. Let me know if I have your consent in allowing that. For they have my consent in coming closer, in allowing to do that. But our own ascension will be our own process. It is through our own work that we'll be able to do that, and it won't take any kind of efforts. For it is to be free means to be responsible, to be responsible for our thoughts, our words, our deed, rather than the victim mentality. For fifth dimensional civilization is a civilization where all beings are leaders, society of leadership. Leadership is very essential. That doesn't mean that anyone wants to control anybody else, but we can become the leader of our own reality, and we'll find whoever's wiser and who has the most administrative wisdom will coordinate the realities of the communities. But it's not possible to be tolerant in relationship to all the fascists, and we need to bypass all of the Draco reptilians, the demons, all the underworlds, all of that, because we cannot be no more tolerance in relationship to that. We need to ask to have this to ask that they be revealed and removed. For the alliance, all those who works behind the scenes for the freedom of humanity are fairly unified, because they're receiving their information from the Galactic Federation, and they're receiving the wisdom. But humanity is still very fragmented, so we need to assist with that and ask the Celestial to continue to work, to send, for instance, the Archangel Michael, to send one of his angels in the aura of every man, woman, and child, so that to start preparing them for this ascension process. And we can ask those higher forces to descend and restore the truth, the integrity, the justice, and the freedom for all, for the highest good of all. Thank you. So be it. And so it is. Personally, I have absolute faith in the Father's plan, in the Creator's plan. The light of God can never fail. When I call sources, I call the Universal Father, the Supreme Creator, and the Father, Mother God of our universe. And there are many gods in the universe as well that are participating in this process. So it's like. So we're well on the way. It is just we're getting ready. We're aligning. It's beyond even our. We need to participate consciously, but it's not a conscious thing or something that will take effort, that will be painful in any way. We just need to heal and accept and prepare, and then it will happen completely naturally. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you for subscribing, for sharing, for commenting. I hope I do have your consent. Please continue to make your decrees and invite all of the forces of love to infiltrate all of this matrix, so it can be dissolved rather quickly, and be prepared for the highest miracles possible that we can receive. And thank you for liking. I'm going to finish with a song. It's a song of someone who really wants to step away from the old 3D world in order to move into something else, something new, something better. But it has the story of a policeman. He wants to remove, to let go of all the violence that he has been in the past, to forgive himself in order to ascend. And so he's knocking on heaven's door. It goes like this. Mama, take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I'm knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I'm knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Mama, put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That cold black cloud is coming down. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I'm knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I'm knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I'm knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. So as we knock on the door, it will open. It is open. So we just need to allow ourselves. It is this great portal of the 1010 today. So I just hope you enjoy this portal. Be receptive, be ready, accept the grace, remove anything that prevents you from feeling the joy as much as possible. Sometimes doubts can come back, challenges. We are tested. How do we deal with this? Can we forgive? Can we let go? Can we trust? So just do not let any bumps on the road prevent you from self-determination to continue on this ascending path, this great spiral of ascension in the universal process. And much will be coming. We're going to very soon have so much more access to so many things. So just continue to cultivate that connection, that love, that heart. Call on your creator, invoke your creator, remember that you come from a great divine source. I thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.